So last night we had another Saturday morning cards special show on the Captain B Cards WhatNot show. We call them SMCOMG. And we always try to do something special. And last night we featured a live guest sketch artist, Aaron Lorich. And it should have been an incredible show. Aaron was doing incredible work, and the cards that we were finding were mind blowing. I made an earlier video just to show off what the cards were. And the reason why I had to do that is because even though it was a great show, no one really got the chance to see it. There were technical issues like I've never faced before with lag and audio and video. So sometimes you could hear me, but you couldn't see me, or you could see me, but you couldn't hear me, or it would just freeze and you'd just get a blurry shot of me. Like, it was just a mess, a real disaster. I couldn't get inventory to load. Everything was just giving me like a circle of death. Super frustrating and super distracting. So I probably wasn't on my A game at all. And then, of course, so everything's going wrong in the virtual world with that. And then, incredibly, things begin to go wrong in like the physical real world as well. So the way that my setup works is I have what's called a mini rig, right, with a magic arm that clamps to the desk, and the phone sits in there in that housing, and it sits in front of me. And I just got a brand new phone like 2 days ago. I upgraded to a better, bigger, heavier, more powerful iPhone, thinking that the camera would be better and it would be a benefit, never thinking that the weight on the rig would cause it to fail. So as I'm trying to show these cards, and I'm struggling to get the inventory to load and answer people's questions and participate the way that I'm supposed to, this starts to go whoop, and I have to raise it back up. Whoop. So I spend the rest of the show like messing with the knobs and just trying to retighten it and keep this thing in place so people aren't, watching from all sorts of crazy angles. And it was just a comedy of errors, I guess, now looking back on it. But at the time, it's super frustrating to have that happen. And probably the most frustrating part for me is I feel that it's unprofessional, and I feel that it's disrespectful to the people that are watching, and to the people that work so hard on these cards. And it's my job to present things that I believe in, right? The only cards that I sell to people, I've curated one way or the other, and it's because I think that they have value. And I'm not talking about the people that just buy cards to try to resell them, that kind of value. I'm talking about the value of having them in your collection. Anything that I sell to you or show to you is something that I have personally selected because I believe in that product. And when I can't show it the right way, or it's some sort of failure on my part, and I've talked about this before, when you are in charge of something, when you're the person presenting it, you're the captain of the ship, and even if it's something that you have no control over, you're still responsible for it because that you're the captain of that ship. And it's something that I take seriously. And a lot of people were telling me, "Oh, was having issues last night, and there was lag in other shows." That's the other shows. This is my show, and I take responsibility for this one. And it's my fault that the show continued in a way that maybe it shouldn't have. But I just really wanted people to get the chance to see Aaron's work. And as it turns out, we did right by Aaron. He wound up selling all of the sketches that we presented. We even had sketches that the great curator made available to us, that we were able to provide to people. And after the show, someone bought this beautiful 6-panel sketch that Aaron had made. But the cards that were being opened also deserved to be seen because we had doodles on boxes and sketch cards and autographs and low numbered cards. And I'm not exactly sure what anybody really saw. So the first thing I need to do is say, I'm sorry for the way that the show was presented. You deserve better. And the next thing I want to say is, Thank you to the people that stuck with it and showed up again, because I tried everything. I tried resetting my phone. I left my own show and rejoined, trying to hope that it would reset. And I ended the show at one point and started a new one 10 minutes later, trying to get everything going. And there would be some improvements, but it wasn't what it needed to be. And it would start off okay, and then it would fail. So, one of the philosophies that I go by in life is you don't always win, right? None of us always win. And the people that say, like, I only win, and they're only committed to winning, it's my experience that when they don't win, they quit. So that's not an option here. What I try to do in every single situation is, if I don't win, I learn. And right after the show ended, I got to work, and I started to look into ways to have a better, more stable internet connection that wasn't maybe relying on Wi-Fi or sharing it. Um, Definitely a better and stronger um, rig to make sure the phone is stabilized, and it's one specifically designed for this phone to handle that load. Um, and the bottom line is, experience is one of those things that you only get after you really need it. Well, I've got the experience now, and I can tell you that none of that is ever going to happen again. I can't control what the physical internet stream is going to be from Xfinity. But as long as there's an internet stream, we will have a stable connection. I can't control what's going on with the WhatNot app, but I can guarantee that if we ever run into those problems again, it won't be coming from my end. And that's my guarantee to you, is that when you tune in to a Captain B Card show, or more specifically, when you tune into one of my SMC OMG shows, you are going to be getting the best possible presentation that I can provide, that anyone can provide. Now, I'm not quite at the OBS high graphics, super high, powerful, moving graphics stage yet, and that's really only limited by size. I don't have the room that I would need and would want to build a true set, but that's coming. And in the meantime, we're going to have the best that's available using this setup that we have. So, if you watched the earlier video, then you saw me show off the cards that should have been shown off last night. And if you're watching this video, then I want you to know that improvements have already been made, and the fact that it didn't go right is something that corrective measures have been taken to make sure that it goes right from now on. So, thank you to everybody, and thank you for tuning in. We have another SMC OMG scheduled for next week, where Eric Marshall is going to be doing a live sketch, and it's going to be an incredible experience. We're going to have out-of-print cases. I'm going to go crazy just to get things back on track and show you guys how seriously I take this. I take you serious. I take your collection serious. I take your time serious. And I take the things that I'm showing very serious. Okay? So, I'll see you soon. You can feel free to let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. But that was really the main gist of it. I just want you to know, especially if you're in this business or you're getting started, that things are not always going to go right. That's just life, right? Nothing always goes right all the time. But like Rocky said, it's not how hard you get hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep coming forward. So we keep moving forward, right? Keep collecting.